it's a dude with like Paris style hat on.
Oh.
And then like a woman.
Well, fedora or something?
Yeah,
like
fedora.
Fedora.
Yeah.
Ooh. Ooh. And a Hawaiian shirt.
Hawaiian shirt? They don't go together. Is he a taxi driver? Come on, bro. No.
I don't know.
No, he has a scarf on.
Oh, a scarf.
And his legs are crossed. And he's leaning back. Yes. And a woman, she's like kind of the nerdy type with the glasses.
Oh, okay.
And they're in a coffee shop with books and croissants. And they're that's romantic.
And he's a movie snob.
He might be a movie snob. They're debating like, I don't know, Edgar Allan Poe or something.
Why I tell you guys, no dinner dates, no movies and stuff like this when you do a first date with a girl. Always go somewhere where y'all can just get some drinks, whether that's coffee, whether it's some alcoholic beverages or some tea or wherever y'all go, or milkshakes or something like this. Never do that other stuff. First is because you should be going somewhere where you can talk and get to know the girl. If she's stuffing her damn face, she's not going to be able to talk to you. And just on the flip side, it's the same way for you. But the other thing is this, man. You want to keep these dates cheap. If you didn't know by now, a lot of first dates don't really go into nothing. They don't really turn into much a lot of the times, okay? I can't give you an exact rate, but I'm saying, let's say even 50% of them don't go nowhere. Whether it's you don't like her or she don't like you or things just fizzle out, or the girl meets a new person, a new guy that she likes better, a new match, and she ends up flaking on you, or maybe you do the same thing. Because when you get your options up as a man, you start flaking on girls to go with other girls. I do that too. Women do it to us. It's just part of the dating game. That said, you don't want to spend so much money because what happens to a lot of you guys is you end up chasing your investments. So when you go on a first date, you spending $50, $100 trying to impress her or show her that you that dude with all this money, but she'll take the free food, she'll take all the stuff that you spend, and then she'll flake on you for some other dude who just...
So what do you think?
Talking about a foodie call right now.
Oof.
He's talking about hedging against the risks. That's what he's talking about to make it financial. Like he's saying, okay, listen, chances are this is not going to work out. At least 50% of the time it's not going anywhere. Probably more than that.
I mean, is he wrong though?
No, not at all. I agree.
Is he wrong? Like, I'm thinking about, I'm like,
He's right.
Yeah.
He's right. So then, yeah, if you're going to be going on dates and spending money, because as men,
yeah,
I'll speak for myself here. I think you're on the same page as me, but typically we're from the frame of mind that we're probably going to pay for the first date. Maybe the first few dates.
I mean, I'm
Right, same. So because of that, we know we're spending the money for me and her. I don't want to spend $300 each time first date.
That's crazy.
If I go on 3 dates in a month, that's $1,000 in a month right there. That's half the rent. Or not half, but third of rent.
Yeah. No, that's insane.
So,
that's insane.
I agree.
I'm thinking, you know what I'm honestly thinking? I thought about this and I really thought about this. I'm like, do people even really date like that? And by that, I mean, like, I remember when I was younger, right? Yeah. So we would do a lot of things that probably older folks would consider a date, but we wouldn't call it a date. And then you wouldn't really try to date someone unless you were already taking them serious. You see what I'm saying? So for example, let's say you're at like a gathering, right? And then through mutual friends, you met a girl, right? You talk to her, oh, blah, 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 let's chill. Like you guys might like go for a walk in the park or do something just completely random, not call it a date. And then if you ever decide to take her serious, then you guys would go on like something a little bit more formal. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think it just comes down to definitions. Because I would define that as a date. I can also see how you would not define that as a date. If this is me and her and we specifically set out time to meet up and spend time together, to me that's a date. It's not a fancy date, but it's a date to me. So maybe it's a free date, which is perfect. But yeah.
Do you think women categorize dates the same way?
As men? I think it depends on the woman.
Because the reason why I brought up the reason before was that I know a lot of women don't categorize that as a date. And they'll say like, oh, we went walking, went for ice cream, we just hung out. And then you go to a restaurant, they're like, oh yeah, that was our first date. And you're kind of like, I hung out with you at the park, we got ice cream.
To me, that sounds like she's in a situationship purgatory. Because to me, it's like that mindset is wrong. Because that mindset is like, there's a certain threshold you have to hit for me to consider something that's either very bougie or just kind of like, I'm like, Like I can see where she's coming from, especially if y'all don't define it as that. Like you said, if you're like, hey, let's hang out. And she's like, okay,
yeah,
fine, I get it. The terminology wasn't, because some women like you to be very
specific
and like direct. Like if you don't call it a date, they might not consider it that. So I can see that. But if your mindset is just like, oh, until he buys me this, is not. I'm like,
I feel like, here's my thing. I don't even feel like it's coming up from a stuck up point of view. I feel like it's coming up more from like a show off kind of thing, where it's kind of because it makes it sound better.
Yeah,
I don't feel like it's more of like a.
I feel you. Good. I feel you.
Yeah, I'm just saying I don't feel like it's more like a strike towards a guy. I just feel like it's something to say like in front of the friends, like okay, like we actually had our first date here, opposed to like we walked in the park and had ice cream.
You know, that's fair. And this might be. See, it sounds like that woman is not that down to earth. Because I feel like a woman who's down to earth would not really think like that as much. I get it that women are different than men, obviously.
Yeah.
They want to have a little more, at least from a stereotypical standpoint, more of a like they're the ones that want the wedding.
Yeah, they want more of a love story. Opposed to like, I met him in the club. They're like, I met him in the bookstore.
Oh my God, guys, I found out the answer. We can't afford to date. That's why, but you know what men can afford? They can afford to hook up because that is low cost. And you know what they're getting out of that? Satisfaction. And it's free. But do I want to do that for the free? Nuh-uh.
Okay, the coffee date. Let's have a real discussion about this because a lot of people have a lot of trepidation and there's a whole lot of conversation on other apps about this. Is the coffee date a low effort date? You know what? It really depends on you because one thing that I know to be the truth from when I was in the dating scene years ago, if somebody really likes you, they really don't care. You can go putt-putt, you can go play table tennis, you can go to an arcade. And I'm talking about as adults, like you could hit Dave and Buster's back in the day and that was something fun to do. If a person really likes you, they're going to go. If they don't like you that much, then certain little things like, oh, this is a low effort date or this is, but if they really want to spend time with you and they want to be in your presence, trust me. Even if you just pitch, hey, let's go take a walk in the park, they're going to be down to do that. Hey, let's grab some ice cream. They're going to be down to do that. Low effort is all dependent on the person. If they really dig you like that.
Bruh, that's talks is what we were literally just talking about. And I'm sure we both experienced this. I'm sure you guys have experienced this.
Of course.
On door number 1, she's really into you. You're her type or whatever. Maybe you are funny, whatever. She really digs you. Door number 2, you gotta do the chasing. You gotta put pressure on her. And she finally's like, yeah, okay, let's do it. The experience you have with these two,
way different.
Are night and day.
Way different.
You can
different.
Bro, we could have this one, the one that really feels you. You could invite her, like, and I know this sounds like you're trying to Netflix and chill, but you could literally say, hey, let's go hang out on the couch. But actually mean that. And she'd be like, sure, let's go hang out on the bench. Sure. She'd be down for it. Whereas the other one.
But we all know what the main problem is.
What?
We all know what the main problem is. Normally.
No, not always. Not always.
I mean, listen, have we all had people that we were highly interested that were like girl number 1? Absolutely. But for guys, listen, for guys, especially when you're coming up, a lot of times you on door number 2. You see a girl that you're highly attracted to and you're like, oh man, I gotta get her. And then you gotta do the run. But here's the thing.
It's true.
Once you've gone through the runaround like 1 or 2 times, you realize you were not ever doing that ever again.
Nah. And even once you get there, and so here's the thing, and maybe it's just because I shot up, like you punch above your weight class.
Yeah.
Once you get with the one that you really were chasing, oftentimes, as a matter, okay, I can't think of anything specific, but I just know this has happened. I'm sure it has. I've chased after a girl in the past, finally got it, and I eventually won her over to my side to where she was into me now, but I lost interest because she just didn't really have much personality.
Yeah, because
I'm not saying it's all like correlated, but
No, because you know what it is? It's when a lot of times when you're highly attracted to someone, you put them on a pedestal.
Yeah, okay,
and
exactly.
You think that they're really you're literally just basing off that person's looks, and you don't even realize that you don't really have chemistry, like you don't really get along, you're not interested in the same thing. So once that the mask is revealed and then like you gotten past the lust, you realize like, oh, like I don't even really like this person.
That's exactly
is what it ends up being. And then not only that, but like just the whole chasing thing is exhausting. Like listen, I do know some people, like I have friends that like they love it. Like the thrill to them is like the next coming. Like that's like seriously, that's like the best thing in the world.
Yeah.
But to me, I'm like, while I was doing that, I wasted so much time. I wasted so much. There's so much things that I missed that I could have like put effort into doing, and I just don't feel like it's worth it. Whereas like you can find a girl who's like girl number 1 that you find attractive. It's just that like will it take a little bit more effort? Will you have to put yourself in more environments? Because listen, like me, like I lived in a small area, so obviously like it's limited options. So you might find girl number 1, but there might be only one girl number 1.
Right.
Opposed to like when you go to a big city, then there's a lot of girl number 1s.
Yeah. Okay, I see. Yeah, you gotta expand your pool.
Yeah, you gotta expand your pool.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. Yeah, I mean, spot on.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing of just to talk about the whole coffee date things, like I'll be honest with you, like I would never take a girl on coffee date, and then that's not because like I'm bougie, like oh it gotta be something fancy. It's just because I don't drink coffee.
Oh, that's so specific.
I mean, I don't. So I mean, I'm just being honest. Like
so
I wouldn't take it
specific.
because I don't drink coffee.
No, that's fine. That's like me saying I'm not gonna take her to a cigar lounge because I don't smoke. Yeah, I don't smoke. But someone that might do that. Not that probably not a woman that smokes cigars. But.
Yeah, I mean, I also feel like that's a little bit too platonic. Like I feel like that's like a work meeting to me, like coffee date.
I can see where you're going with that, but I think it's all how you do it because it's about the conversation you have and
like I can't imagine like what are we waking up at like 6 a.m. drinking coffee together and like
yeah, absolutely.
I don't know.
Facts, and it's not because I can picture to you a certain way, but I don't know if this is a video. People might fall asleep, but like no, like I can see 2 people. They're probably white, and they're like. Hey,
why I throw it out like that?
Because that's what I have in my mind.
All right, cool.
No.
It's fine. We can just just continue.
Bruh, I love everybody. Literally, I've dated all kinds of women. The reason I said it is because in my image I have in my head, I said it to be funny, is I have 2 people in a coffee shop next to like a bookcase, like you said.
Yeah.
And it's a dude with like Paris style hat on.
Oh.
And then like a woman.
Well, fedora or something?
Yeah,
like
fedora.
Fedora.
Yeah.
Ooh. Ooh. And a Hawaiian shirt.
Hawaiian shirt? They don't go together. Is he a taxi driver? Come on, bro. No.
I don't know.
No, he has a scarf on.
Oh, a scarf.
And his
okay.
legs are crossed. And he's leaning back. Yes. And a woman, she's like kind of the nerdy type with the glasses.
Oh, okay.
And they're in a coffee shop with books and croissants. And they're that's romantic.
And he's a movie snob.
He might be a movie snob. They're debating like, I don't know, Edgar Allan Poe or something. I don't know. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That is a coffee date. But it's different than a coffee date you might have.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Because you're not going
to No, I'm not. I'm not even thinking about
You're
that.
not. You don't drink coffee.
No, I don't.
So it's different.
Like the only way I could possibly seeing that being romantic is like if you were dating your coworker and before you're going to work and clocking into hell, and you guys were like cheersing, like, you know.
See, you're not a coffee drinker. You don't realize this community is built around all kinds of things.
I know.
Okay, so yeah. Coffee's like America. Coffee is America's.
No, coffee is
America's number one drug.
Well, it might be matcha.
Nah, matcha did not overtake coffee. There's no way. Nah, matcha will never top pumpkin spice lattes for people.
I have a confession.
What?
I love pumpkin spice.
I don't know if I'm comfortable sitting next to you anymore.
Whatever.
I gotta go.
Anyway, guys.
A lot of men are probably going to hate what I'm about to say, but I don't care. I refuse to date broke men. I used to, and I used to think it was okay. And I have no idea why I ever thought that that was a good idea. Because if you come from a certain background, if you have a certain lifestyle, like within your family, then I think it is only natural to want and expect that out of your partner for your future as well. Like, why would I want to live below what I have experienced as a human being, right? And this isn't like a totally biased perspective, because although I had a certain upbringing, I have also experienced both ends of the spectrum. Like when I was younger, my dad used to be in mortgage lending, and when the economy crashed, that was really bad for our family. So like I have also experienced like food stamps, having nothing, foreclosure. I've gone through that. So like I also do know what that's like, and I've learned a lot of lessons from that, but that's not how like my childhood started, and that's also like not what my family is like now. So all's to be said, I used to think it was okay, and I was like, you know what, like it doesn't matter, like I'll support them and whatever. And I've even been the one to pay for more stuff, and I'm like, you know what, I know that if me and my partner like wanted to start a business or whatever, my dad would help us. Why would I want that? Why would I not want a man that could provide for me like my dad did?
I think she's reasonable. I think what she's saying is very reasonable, honestly. I personally think that she's coming from a perspective that is balanced, and it's balanced probably because she's experienced both sides of the coin. So she's not coming from it like a snobby, stuck-up, prissy valley girl. Like, I need a Prada purse every, Valentine's Day or something.
Prada purse.
It's more so like, listen, I've experienced both sides. Right now, the standard of life I have is a certain level. I want a man that can at least meet that level. I think that's fair. I think it's fair, personally speaking. That's me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not mad at it. Like, why would I be mad at someone that's like, I don't want to date someone who's broke and can't afford to at least do basic things that I want to like. Yeah. So I'm not mad at that at all. The one thing I would say is that's really going to depend on the age range. Okay. Because if you're a girl and you're dating a guy in his 20s, it's almost absolutely that he was not going to have a lot of money.
Right. That's fair.
So like my thing is like, what is your limit, right? Like what is your what is your expectation? Like I can understand, like let's say you're in your 20s and you have a job, so you're making minimum wage or a little bit above minimum wage, and that guy doesn't have a job at all. Then I can understand like, okay, you don't want to,
Yeah.
But you're at that point, your limit is a guy who's making at least minimum wage and a little bit above what you're making. So I mean,
facts.
Like I said, it really depends on your age range, what you're making, what group you're around.
Oh, I'm happy you said it, because I was just about to go down that route. So you just kind of perfect segue. So here's the thing. There's certain communities where, like higher net worth communities, where they actually, dating is an art, or dating is like something they set up and they prepare you for from a young age. And there's communities built into where you go with this person, or you have a group of people you choose to go with because you kind of have the same level of affluence. You don't really go, like you might see this in movies where you see these people go to these communities that are not really what they're used to, and they pull somebody from there. With guys, maybe it happens more often, maybe.
Yeah.
But with the women's side, not so much.
Probably not.
So what you said is spot on. If she's comes from a decently well-off family, but she's not part of that that kind of community, so she's dating with the rest of us, it's gonna be hard for her to find a guy her age.
She's not gonna find a nigga.
It's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
So she has to find somebody that has that potential she knows can really get there. But you can kind of gauge that a bit. If you kind of go with a lazy guy, he's kind of comfortable where he's at.
And it's kind of like what she said too. It's also going to depend on culture, because like, listen, if he's a person like that comes from a very like background where like arranged marriage is, then she's probably not gonna have an issue with that. But if it's in America or that person's Americanized, then it's going to be way harder, because at that because let's be honest, we all know guys don't care
about
a guy will date a broke girl in a heartbeat. So even though she might have her stuff together, she's affluent, her family's affluent, a guy who's affluent doesn't care about it,
right?
You know, or maybe at not that point,
not to extent, or at this point,
yeah. So I mean, so I can kind of understand why why girls have to be that way. I definitely get it, because you want to have a kid, you want to make sure you can pay stuff, you don't want to be working while you're pregnant. So like at that point in time, like I can definitely understand it. But yeah, I mean, it just, like I said, it just depends on your limit. Like, do you want a guy who makes average money? Do you want a guy who makes above average money? And then if you are with a guy who makes above that, I mean, it's like anything else. It's just going to be competitive. Like if I want a girl who's a supermodel, you don't think she has a lot of options? Right. Like it's going to be competitive.
Right. And yeah, objectively speaking, I think she's all right. She'll be okay. But yeah, I think overall your point stands.
All right. So yeah, ultimately, guys, I'm going to say that she made a good decision. If she was my sister, I'd definitely tell her that's a good decision. What are you going to say? Good decision, bad decision?
I think it's a good decision from what I understand. The reason I said that is because she started the video saying she doesn't want to date broke guys.
Yeah.
There's a difference between a broke person and someone who's like average and someone who's, there's levels.
That's a good distinction.
There's levels to it. So
yeah, that's a good, because she didn't clarify. So that's a good distinction.
So if she's actually talking about like actual broke people, like then yeah, I don't think that she needs to.
Yeah.
I understand. It's like, especially with a broke mindset, then no.
I feel like that's worse.
That's worse. Of course it's worse.
Because if you're not doing that well, but you have a good mindset, you can always improve. Not only that, but like there's so many other things that people do hire off of. Like people who get jobs just because they're likable.
Of course.
If you have a broke mindset, like
yeah, you're gonna be like, yeah.
All right, decision makers, let us know what you think. Leave a like, leave a comment, and make sure you are not broke.